Alright, so I wanted to make a video today, another art student diary, about the joys of drawing from life. So, let's see, I'll turn this camera around. So, these are from photos, but these are some life sketches I was doing, the dog, and just right now doing some botanicals out here. And let me show you some other pages. Some more life drawings. Now, speaking from my own experience, life drawing is something I avoided for a long time that I still am, have some trepidation about. But I want to talk about the joys of it. So, it's like when you avoid life drawing, it's like, can you get good at art without doing life drawing? Of course, you can get good at drawing from just doing photos and from studying the old masters and, current masters, current painters. But the thing about it is you're really missing out on being an artist in the world. It's kind of like being a musician who just sits in his room and plays guitar versus a musician who goes and plays for people live and you get the energy from the audience. It's like you're part of the world. When you're drawing just in your room, it doesn't feel like you're really a part of the world, so it can feel very isolating. But if you go to a park and you draw and people see you drawing and you talk to people about your drawings, and yes, you're nervous about it, and some people are going to maybe laugh at how bad your drawings are or criticize you or judge you or think you're weird or something for being out there drawing, but it makes you feel like you're really an artist and you're really a person in the world. It gives you a stronger sense of identity as an artist if you go out into the world sketching. And the other thing it does is if you only ever draw from photos in your room, you don't really see the world in the same way as if you draw from life, if you go out into the world and draw. So right now I'm looking at these flowers, right? These flowers over here. And so now every time I look at flowers, I'm going to be more engaged in the process. I'm going to be thinking about drawing all the time as I move through the world. So whenever I'm going on a walk, and even if I don't have a sketchbook, I'm going to be thinking about drawing. So I'll look at a tree and I'll say, how would I draw that tree? Well, I'd start with maybe the line of action for the trunk, and then I'd turn it into a triangle, and then maybe I do a horizon line, and then maybe I start defining the patterns of light and shadow. So you start thinking about how you would draw stuff all the time, which I think a huge part of getting better at art is just constantly turning on those neurons in your brain, getting those nerve endings firing, get you thinking about art all the time. It's not just getting better at art isn't just about drawing, it's also about thinking about art a lot and always observing. So I think sketchbooking, you don't have to do it to get good, but it's you're missing out if you don't. Yes, it's hard to start a habit of sketchbooking, but just start by putting a sketchbook in your car so you always have one. Get a mini sketchbook for your pocket. Get a mini sketchbook for your gym bag. I have one that a lot of times I'll have time before I start doing a Brazilian jiu-jitsu or boxing class, and I'll just sketch for a few minutes. And they're not like great sketches, they're like crappy little gesture sketches of people in the classes. Or maybe I draw people's water bottles. Or maybe I draw somebody's duffel bag. But I feel like an artist. People know that I'm an artist now because I'm always sketching before class. So it just strengthens your resolve. It strengthens your sense of artistic identity. It gets you thinking about art, and it changes the way you see the world. So don't be afraid of judgment, of people looking at you and judging you. Don't be afraid of making bad drawings. The point of going and doing life drawing isn't just to make good drawings, it's to get information. And I think it's information that solidifies memories more in your mind, because you're not just getting the visual experience, the flat 2D visual experience, plus whatever visual reductions the process of photographing something entails. because you lose information in a photograph. So in real life, you get the smells, you get the sounds, you get a much more holistic experience of the object beyond just the visual. You don't just want to experience something as a flat image. You want something you can walk around, something that you can smell, something that you can touch. The more you can experience an object, the more you're going to solidify it in your mind. Just like when you're getting to know a person, you don't just look at a picture of that person, you get to know them in different contexts, and you get to know them like their different hobbies. So you're learning the entire person, you're learning the entire object instead of just, and you're learning how it feels to be around that object. You're learning how it feels to be in a forest. And so that'll come across in your drawings and paintings. So anyways, that's my video for today. It's just the joys of keeping a sketchbook, and don't be afraid of it. Or don't be afraid of it, but go do it anyway. Conquer that fear. Just start by carrying one with you, and I bet you're going to find something cool that you're going to whip out that sketchbook and you're going to draw it. And don't worry if it's bad. Just start getting that experience of drawing things in the moment, spontaneously, from life. And that's what I want to say today. Anyway, take care, everyone. Love to you all. If you watch these, I know no one does right now, but it's going to happen, and if it doesn't, that's okay. So anyway, let's all take a deep breath, and let's go draw outside.